Welcome back to the Fans of the Home Team podcast.
I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Miranda. This is a podcast that talks about the fun, the drama, and the effects that sports, teams, and athletes bring to the world, whether good or bad.
This is a podcast for people who care about sports in a deeper way than who won or who lost. It's for the people who love the feel-good stories behind teams and athletes and realize that sports are just more than a game.
Today, we have a highly requested podcast for our listeners, and it is Kelsey and I's Hot Takes.
Hot takes are already an important part of this podcast, of our friendship, so we thought we would bring you an entire episode about them. Some are sports related, a lot of them are not.
This episode goes out to my dad, Al, and the guys at Tropicana. Yes, my dad works at Tropicana, who listen weekly and now use the phrase hot take on the regular. They have incorporated it into their work vernacular, apparently, as he told Kelsey at my wedding a couple weekends ago.
Could not have been more honored to hear about how Al and the boys consistently listen to the podcast. Love to hear it. So thank you guys for listening, and everybody who does and who's asked about the podcast coming back. Life doesn't get any less busy, but we really miss recording and pushing out content for you all. So we're hoping to take this thing to the next level in 2023. So we hope you follow along.
You don't know what a hot take is? It's basically like out their opinion, I guess, or an opinion against the grain. Some popular hot takes are like pineapple belongs on pizza. I don't like pineapple on pizza. So
Pineapple on pizza is a top 3 pizza ingredient.
oh my God. No.
Okay, so if I can make my own pizza, this is what goes on it.
Oh my God.
It's got the red sauce, and the cheese is ricotta cheese because that's the best cheese. That's not a hot take, but it is the best cheese. What's up, Bauer? And then you throw some pineapples on there, throw some sausage, any kind of meat, really, and that's a good pizza.
No. I love ricotta cheese, though. I do think that's a superior cheese.
Yeah, it's by far the best cheese. So the top 5 cheeses are ricotta cheese, queso, goat cheese,
Queso is not cheese.
nacho cheese, and cheese whiz.
Kelsey,
That's not even on my hot takes. Like, I just remembered that.
cheese whiz is actually disgusting. I don't think I've ever had any in my entire life.
You've never had a Philly with cheese whiz on it?
I don't like Philly cheesesteaks.
It's literally meat and cheese on bread.
I don't like that texture of meat.
What do you mean?
Like, it's almost like, it's a weird texture of meat, like how they cut it.
So if it wasn't cut, you would eat it?
Yeah, if it was like steak, like in its original form, I guess.
I just feel like for people who like hot dogs, like meat texture is like not a big thing.
Oh, I love hot dogs. I think, honestly, I almost put on my hot takes that hot dogs are better than hamburgers or cheeseburgers.
No, they are. No, they are. It's not mine.
Of course it is. I could eat a hot dog every single day. Can't eat a cheeseburger every day.
No, I refuse to eat burgers every day. I had a Costco hot dog again, and Costco has the best hot dogs.
I've never had a Costco hot dog, surprisingly. I don't really go to Costco.
If you go to Costco, it should be for the hot dogs. All right. I'm going to throw out the sports hot take.
Okay.
Because I'd started this list a long time ago when we had first started talking about doing this episode in May. And I just recently reopened it. And the first thing that was on here, I wrote word for word, I would rather lose a toe than watch a first round NBA playoff series.
What? Why?
I don't know why it had to be so
I need an
dramatic.
explanation. I mean, come on. Do you even know us?
Okay. Like, imagine you have to watch in the Jazz and the Grizzlies in a 7-game series in May. No, so I'll take the toe. I'll lose the toe. Like, I can't. That's too many hours.
Which toe would you pick?
I think you have to pick not the pinky, but like the ring toe.
Yeah. You can't lose your big toe. That's all I know, because then you can't stand up.
Or maybe you lose the middle toe so you're even on both sides.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
I would lose it on the right foot because I'm more right foot dominant. I feel like I could handle it.
Yeah, I feel like I could handle it. I feel like I could handle just missing my middle toe on the right side.
I mean, if you have to pick one of 10,
Yeah, I would probably choose my middle toe as well, but I don't know which foot I would choose. But yeah, I was thinking the middle, just like from a strategy standpoint. But I don't watch the NBA in general, so I would probably agree with that hot take.
there's just so many other things to watch, football, hockey, Love is Blind.
Love is blind. I still haven't started this season, but that's besides the point. And I think that there's like too many of these reality dating shows at this point.
But if you swear off The Bachelor, that takes out 75% of them.
Well, The Bachelor is awful. So I haven't watched that in a long time. But I feel like these shows aren't hitting like they used to.
Yeah, I can see the production quality going down.
No, I just think that now everyone's just going on these shows just to become like famous and like an Instagram influencer or whatever. And I'm just like, okay, you're boring.
Yeah, no shame in the game. I would do the same, but like,
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I would do the same too.
hear me out. Love is Blind, but strictly Amish people. They haven't seen the show. They don't have social media.
That's true. So they wouldn't even care about becoming an influencer.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. So that's bad TV.
I don't think that would be bad TV, but I just don't know if they would be allowed to be participating in that. So
I mean, yeah, these people are gonna have to like break away from their families and never see them again, like that show
like,
Breaking Amish.
yes, on TLC. I used to look
So
forward to watch that show, and my mom was like, "No, we're not watching this." I'm like, "Okay."
those people broke away before social media too.
Yes. Well, that's Derek and I always talk about like the show Next on MTV. Did you just watch that show?
I don't think so.
Oh my god, you would have loved it.
I don't know how I never saw that because I watched Parental Control and that stuff.
I was
on
gonna
that
say
too.
Parental Control, amazing show. Like we need dating shows like that, or the Room Raiders, like where they would go in the room with the
Yes.
black to see if they were cheating. I don't know. I feel like they're trying to recreate the magic with like the uniqueness of Love is Blind. And I feel like it is the best one, like as far as structure goes. But then, like once they get out of the pods, I'm just like, these people hate each other.
I actually prefer the ultimatum structure. I think it's way more messy.
Oh yes, I forgot about that show. Yes, I agree with that one. But
I
again,
desperately need it.
it's crazy because those people, if you're going on that show, you should break up.
Yeah, that's why it's good. They're not finding love, they're ruining love.
Yeah, I think I like that one the best.
Do you have hot take?
My sports hot take.
We totally bypassed it and talked about other shit in the NBA.
I have a couple. So I guess one is more frequent and one is honestly one that Derek said to me, but like I agree with it. And I saw it on the Mets Instagram. But the fact that Yankees fans don't deserve Aaron Judge and that he should go to the Mets.
I saw that too.
Really, the secondary part is like my bias, but I definitely think that they don't deserve him. And I have another like hot take part B of that, where like if you're a fan, and we've talked about this before, you should never boo your own team.
I can't imagine booing someone like Aaron Judge if he was on my team. Like I can't imagine if we would have booed Anthony Rizzo or Chris Bryant. Like
Yeah.
that's wild to me. That's unhinged behavior.
Well,
And
even
during
when,
a year where he could walk.
yep, exactly. And even when the Mets booed, like those Mets fans booed Francisco Lindor, I was like, come on. Like, I don't know. I just think if you're a fan of a team, especially in the day of social media, like you can air your frustrations out in other ways. But these players are like showing up to play a game, and I don't know. I just think it's so shitty to boo them. And like you said, especially a guy like Aaron Judge. And I understand like you're frustrated from a fan perspective, but that guy has carried your team so much and you're really gonna boo him. I don't know. I've never gone to a game where that has been the experience of booing your own team. Like, if you wanna boo them inside the comfort of your home while you're watching, go for it. But, again, if I was a player like Aaron Judge, I would just feel so disrespected. So, Aaron Judge, if you hear this, come to the Mets.
I'm petty as fuck. Like, if my fans are booing me, I'm leaving.
Yeah, I would do the same thing. I thought that was a great idea. When I saw it on Instagram, I was like, "Yeah, why not?" Like, stay in the same city, but just go to the quote unquote like city rival team, even though whatever.
Right. So you don't have to move. You're good.
Yeah, exactly. And the
I
Yankees
agree.
Reds don't really or like play each other every so often, so it's not like it's a constant rotation.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll go to the Mets per se, but I don't
I
think
don't think
he'll
so either.
a Yankee.
I don't think
But if he becomes a Dodger, I'm gonna absolutely lose my fuck.
same. Cause like, at least for us, because our teams are in the NL, like, we haven't really had to worry about him too much, since he's been a Yankee, but yeah, if he comes to the Dodgers and just the Dodgers in general, like, I don't even think this is a hot take, but literally the worst fucking baseball team. I cannot see our lives are gonna be miserable.
My life as a baseball fan is already miserable,
But
but that would definitely make it worse.
I mean, mine isn't much better. We ended up in the same boat. So, and I'm pretty sure like most of our key players will be gone next year. So, can't wait to see the state of the Mets for the 2023 season.
Typical Cubs and Mets fans problems. Just
Yeah.
pure sadness, really.
This might be some of my bias, but I think that like in baseball, the NL is superior to the AL, and in football, the NFC is superior to the AFC.
Yeah, that's our bias. That's 100% our bias.
I guess I believe it more in football. Like, I think the NFC is more competitive than the AFC. Like, to a
Yeah, I
sense
think you're
where
having a really hard time with that argument this year. But yeah,
I mean, this year doesn't count, but maybe in general.
I agree with you. The NFC just kind of looks like big poop right now because
Besides our team.
that's true. But the traditional quote unquote good teams are actually really trash, and like the Vikings are like going to be a number 2 spot in the playoffs. So
Yeah, and the Packers are sucking, which I enjoy, but
I enjoy watching a good Aaron Rodgers downfall.
yeah, I'm in. And obviously the Bucks too. Goodbye.
Yeah, this is one of my hot takes. I love watching the downfall of the greatest athletes of our time. LeBron, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, etc.
Oh, 100%. And I feel like that's the petty side of it because I think there's like two different types of sports fans. There's like the sports fan who can like respect like being able to watch like some of the greatest athletes of our, like we'll see in our entire lifetime and they're like, "Oh, this is cool. Like I look up to this person." And then there's a sports fan who's petty AF, aka us, who's like, "These players have never been on my team, have never contributed anything positive to my life like as a fan. So I hate them and I can't wait for their lives to implode."
Okay, that's facts. Because I was thinking about them, like, why have I never had, a generational talent on any of my
No.
teams?
No.
How-
Me either. Like, maybe no, I can't even say it. I was gonna say Eli Manning, but, like, that's only because he brought me 2 Super Bowls, but,
but
like, that's not a generational talent. There'll be more Eli Mannings in my life.
like someone actually elite who's been with your team for like 15 years. That's just like consistently good. I've not
Nope,
once experienced this.
can't even say it, because for the Rangers, like, Henrik Lundqvist, he is at one point was the king of goalies, but I also watched him literally implode, and he wasn't as consistent as a Tom Brady.
When are we gonna get a
Yeah.
Tom Brady teams? When? Probably never.
Probably never, because again, like
Doesn't
we're
happen a
saying,
lot.
it's a once in, like, a lifetime player.
I wonder how I would have felt about Michael Jordan if I was older when he was playing, not like 1 years old. Because I don't pass up the opportunity to say that Michael Jordan is better than LeBron James, like any given time.
I'm not even a basketball fan, and I I throw into that argument as well. Yeah, Michael Jordan superior to LeBron James. So I feel like most people fall into, like, the petty fan category, and then after their downfall and they retire and get all their accolades and whatever, then I feel like is when people are like, yeah, I respected him. But like in the moment, no. And I feel like that's kind of the Michael Jordan situation. Like we weren't around to watch him as a player compete against our team. So now we can be like, oh yeah, he was great. That's how I feel like about all the like amazing Yankee players like Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle. I'm like, oh, awesome, like history. But like in the moment, I would have hated them.
It's been weird doing this roller coaster with Tom Brady because when he retired, you're like, that's like the greatest
Yeah,
quarterback we might ever watch. That's crazy. And he came back. I'm like, fuck this guy.
immediately. And now just seeing the entire implosion of his life and like his what when posted her Instagram story, I was like, yes, queen, you go, girl. Like, get away from this toxic man. Because I feel a little bit like a smidge bad for him because there is something I think mentally like wrong where he is like can't break the like pattern that he's been in where it's just been football for the last however many years of his life.
Yeah, he's obviously so tied to his work and like can't relate
Yes.
at
No,
all.
not even a little.
Literally can't fathom.
No.
But, and this is obviously speculation, but to pick a job over your family, I feel like that's a literal sickness. Like,
Yes. And I think too, because I could literally do a whole episode about this drama, but the fact that so like, again, obviously it takes a special woman partner like to go into a marriage knowing like this man is dedicated to the sport and I'm going to be on the back burner for a little bit and you're going to sacrifice. Like you go into it knowing it. It's not like he was won one Super Bowl. He's won how many? 7, 8?
yeah, just a handful,
Yeah,
like 7.
more than a handful. Recognized as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. It's not like he's like a loser, like who didn't make it, whatever. And then he's like, okay, I'm finally going to retire and is home for, I don't need like 40 something days, like something ridiculous with
Yeah,
the kids. And then it's like,
5
actually,
days.
JK, I'm going to come out of retirement. I would have Oh my god, there would have been, like, smoke coming out of the top of my head. I would have been screaming my head off at this man, and I feel bad for the kids too because it's like, "Oh, our dad doesn't wanna stay home for with us." That's what I would think immediately.
Oh, nah, he's just like, fuck these kids.
Yeah, and I think it's just I don't know. Overall, like, I obviously, like we said, we're living for the downfall, but I can also step away and I'm like, "This is sad."
Yeah, it's not a good scene.
But you know who I don't feel bad for? Aaron Rodgers.
His man bun infuriates me, like, infuriates me, and I don't know why. Maybe it's the fact that, like, he's not pulling it off. He's so bad right now.
And he's the type of guy that thinks his man bun looks so good.
I don't trust people who are that rich that look ugly. You have all of the necessary things to not look stupid. You have
Yeah.
all the money and all the people in the world. You don't have to look like that.
I mean, look at the Kardashians.
Exactly. I just can't trust somebody like that. So,
Honestly, that is a great take. I totally am on board with that. And I agree. Because, like you said, they have the money for literally every single possible doctor, nutritionist, plastic surgeon, well, all of it.
he doesn't talk to his mom. I'm guessing his mom isn't, or his whole family. Like, I'm guessing his whole family's not the problem. Like, sometimes families suck, but I'm like guessing that's not the case here.
I almost don't even know if it's a hot take watching the downfall of like some of the greatest players of our life because I feel like most people would probably agree with this.
Yeah, I just don't think most people would admit it.
Oh no, no.
I'm gonna move on to a really special hot take I have. And this
Oh,
has infuriated people around the world.
people around the
Like
world.
this has infuriated multiple people. It's like a 3-parter.
Okay, I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Have I heard this one before?
1, hot dogs or sandwiches.
Oh yeah.
Hot dog is a sandwich. Number 2, Pop Tarts are ravioli. And number 3, ketchup is a fruit smoothie.
Yeah, no. No, no, no.
No to all 3.
Yes, Kelsey.
Tell me how that is
hold on.
incorrect.
I will say the first one could potentially be the only one that is correct. The other two, ketchup is a fruit smoothie. That's fucking disgusting. And no,
Tomatoes blended. Fruit smoothies, fruit
has
blended.
it even been like actually, first of all, has it even been like confirmed that tomato is a fruit? Because that has been like a conspiracy theory or like an argument my entire life if a tomato is a fruit or a vegetable. And then you look it up and it's like fruits are what have seeds. So there's a shit ton of vegetables that have seeds, so it makes no sense.
Okay. Some people put vegetables in smoothies also. So I don't want to hear it, even if it is a vegetable.
Then you could say that about almost most condiments. Like, oh, this is a smoothie.
I'm not going to sit here and be like, a mustard is a smoothie.
I'm trying
Or
to think
mayonnaise
of
is a smoothie. No, there's not.
Mayonnaise is eggs, and people put eggs in their smoothies, I'm sure.
Not just eggs.
Okay, no one's making a just tomato smoothie.
Well, there's sugar in it too.
Nobody is putting straight up sugar in their smoothies unless it's from the fruit.
Okay, so someone just mixes blueberries and sugar and ice. You're not going to call that a smoothie.
No,
Blend
that's
it up into a
smoothie.
smoothie. What's the difference between a blueberry and tomatoes? Ketchup. What's the difference?
Blueberries are supposed to be in a smoothie. And also, hold on. Let me tell you, have you ever blended up just straight up tomatoes before? That's like marinara sauce, like pasta sauce.
That's also a smoothie.
Oh my God. No.
I don't think you're arguing against it well. Like, I think I've proven that it's a smoothie.
Ketchup is a condiment.
It's a condiment and it's technically a smoothie.
Okay, have you ever made a whole cup full of ketchup
Me personally?
and drank it with the straw?
No, but I could.
That's disgusting, first of all. And second of all, then it's not a smoothie.
But I would drink every single smoothie in the world.
Yeah.
You're lying. You're fucking lying. We'll agree to disagree.
Smoothie definition.
I'm probably get wrecked on this one.
What? You literally look up smoothie definition. It says a man with a smooth, suave manner.
That's ketchup.
It says a thick, smooth. Okay, here you go. A thick, smooth drink of fresh fruit pureed with milk, yogurt, or ice cream. Ketchup doesn't have milk, yogurt, or ice cream in it, so you're done.
Damn, that sucks.
Also, the fact something is wrong with Google definitions because the fact that the first definition that comes up for smoothie is a man with a smooth, suave manner and not an actual smoothie is ridiculous. And the the sentence, I love to see him gliding his way around a dance floor. He is such a smoothie. I've never heard that word used like that in my entire life.
Well, you should be jailed if you call someone that.
No. So anyway, I can kind of see the hot dog one because it is like between two pieces of bread.
What's wrong with the Pop-Tart one?
Have you had raviolis in your life?
I love ravioli.
Okay,
I love Pop-Tarts.
let's look up the definition.
I feel like your family is going to wreck me.
Okay, this is literally the definition of a ravioli, and none of these things are in a Pop-Tart. Small pasta envelopes. First of all, Pop-Tart is not pasta.
I
Envelope.
think it's just really hard pasta.
No.
dough.
No, it's okay, but there's the difference between pasta dough and straight up regular dough.
What is it?
I don't know.
Are
Well,
you
like
Italian?
pasta dough is like flour and eggs and seasoning.
I guarantee there's flowers and eggs in Pop-Tart dough.
Okay,
I'm
whatever.
positive.
So maybe you can argue that point, but you can't argue this point. Small pasta envelopes containing ground meat, cheese, or vegetables. I've never seen a meat flavored Pop-Tart, so
You don't think that like blueberries a meat?
no. As we discussed earlier, they are fruit.
Okay, so let's say you take the ravioli shell and you put blueberry Pop-Tart filling in it. Is it no longer ravioli?
I guess not. Because it has to have meat, cheese,
No.
or vegetables in it.
No, you took too long. I'm right. Yeah, that one really gets to people.
Yeah, I see why. I'm trying to think of I have, like, quite a few food ones, but I guess I don't even know if this is a hot take, but just my opinion. Because I was watching a show and the girl was drinking milk. So people who drink milk, especially with their dinner, psychopaths.
That's literally on my list.
Is it really?
It's gross.
Like,
It's so gross.
first of all, if you drink milk, that's nasty.
I
But if
hate
you're
milk. I
drinking
think milk's disgusting.
milk is disgusting. Milk is just liquid cheese. Have you ever seen like homemade mozzarella made and there's like that juice?
Yeah.
That's milk.
Yeah.
That's what I think milk is.
Okay, so I grew up in the farmland. So people had cows.
Naturally.
We always bought our milk from the store, but people who had farms would just drink their milk from the cow titty or whatever.
Teat.
And
Udder.
girls,
It's called
udder.
I was
And-
looking for the word and I was like, wait, it's not called a teat or a titty. It's an udder.
this one girl. So for yearbook class, every Friday we did breakfast. So someone bring breakfast in. This girl brings milk straight from the cow udder. And I had never tried that before. If you've ever imagined what liquid bacteria would taste like, it fucking tastes like.
No.
It I've never put something so vile in my mouth before. Not in my life.
So and she probably drank that like regularly. Like no
Oh yeah, that's how they drank milk.
like with their cereal, they just drank the freaking liquid bacteria with their cocoa.
So most people, I don't even like. Obviously, it has to go through shit to like be sold to human beings. But
Yeah.
like people on the farm were wild, and
No. I honestly, and Derek always makes fun of me for this, but like with my cereal, I put like a very little amount of milk.
0. I will not put milk in my
Wait,
cereal. I won't put in mashed potatoes. I won't put in mac and cheese. I will not use milk.
wait, hold on.
No.
Wait, when you eat your cereal, do you put it in a bowl?
Yeah, I just eat it dry. I don't like. I've never liked milk in cereal.
Oh my god. Okay, I feel much better then.
About
What?
yourself?
Get out of the box. Yeah, because I put like barely any milk. That's the only time my whole life I like actually can stand milk. What do you put in your mac and cheese then?
Cream cheese and butter.
Yeah, that's true.
It's way better. Trust me. We don't buy milk because neither of us drink it. Like I don't remember the last time we bought milk.
Yeah. We have like almond milk, which is fine. Almond milk is pretty
I
much
don't
water.
understand, but
It's just water,
you
honestly.
can't milk an almond. There's no almond to milk. Doesn't make
No, like you have to grind them up.
like no, it really fucks with people when I say that. Yeah, almond milk's a smoothie. I agree. Anyway, it is though. It is a smoothie. You can't tell me it's not.
I'm not talking about this anymore. What's another food one that you have?
People don't like when I say this, but I think the best condiment is mayonnaise.
Oh, I love mayonnaise.
I feel like it's so versatile.
I was gonna say it's the most versatile, and like what's it called? Like aiolis,
A
like
Chipotle aioli.
yeah, or like garlic aioli, or literally any type of aioli. I'm in.
I used to like basically drink ketchup, but
Yeah,
I don't even think
really,
ketchup
every
falls in my
ketchup.
top 5 anymore.
Really? What's
It's
your
probably
top five?
I would say it's probably mayonnaise, ranch, mustard, just like yellow mustard, barbecue sauce, maybe ketchup.
I only eat mustard on a specific occasion, and it's when we have like a baked ham for Christmas. Then I'll have mustard. Any other time, I don't like mustard. It's too sour.
Nope. Sour. What? It's definitely not sour.
It tastes sour to me, like bitter.
It's okay. I can see bitter, like sour. No.
I'd rather have mayonnaise. Okay, I have 2 that are related to breakfast, which could
Okay.
they kind of contradict each other, but it's fine. First one,
Makes sense.
breakfast menus should be all day. There shouldn't be a dedicated menu for each time of the day, pretty much.
I think that's correct.
It makes no sense, honestly, and I think it's unnecessary because it takes you 5 seconds to cook a pancake.
Or an egg. Like, they're not
Exactly.
steaks, like, they're eggs.
Exactly. So, like, you're cooking all those things in the morning, you can't just extend it to the rest of the day when the restaurant closes. Unless you're like a fancy ass restaurant. Otherwise, you should just have breakfast all day. I love restaurants that have breakfast all day.
Yeah, like McDonald's.
Yeah, McDonald's. Do they have
That's like the all-day breakfast. I think they do now.
I thought that was like a limited time thing.
Oh, I don't know. You might be right. I don't hit up McDonald's very often.
I don't hit up McDonald's for breakfast, but for chicken nuggets, yes.
Facts.
The second one that's also related to breakfast. Breakfast as a whole is kind of overrated and it's okay to skip it. Like, I don't think it's the most important meal of the day.
It's definitely a marketing ploy, by breakfast
Yeah.
foods.
Probably.
And I also never eat breakfast. I only eat breakfast if not if I'm, like, out somewhere or I'm getting it for free because 'cause I'm at a hotel or I'm on, like, a cruise ship. Then I'm
Yeah.
gonna eat it because it's included, but I
And
don't
that's
eat
because it's
breakfast.
fire breakfast. Like, whenever
Right, I can't make that.
not every day, no. Whenever like, usually on the weekends every now and then, again, Derek and I will make, like, eggs, bacon, and pancakes. But, like, whenever I have breakfast, it again, like, my whole like, this is so bad. Sorry if this is, like, bad parenting. I don't think it is, but, like, I never had breakfast growing up. Like, I really would maybe, like, when I was little, obviously, because I think that's when it's more of an important time because you're growing and shit.
Mhm.
But, like, in high school, I was always running late. I never had time for breakfast. Like, if anything, I would grab, like, a bar or something like that, and, like, 50% of the time I wouldn't eat it because I wasn't hungry yet.
I only ate, like, cereal and Pop-Tarts for breakfast growing up.
Yeah,
Like, we weren't just, like, given a bunch of eggs and bacon and shit, like, on Wednesday
no.
morning.
Okay,
No.
yes, agreed. Whenever you see, like, shows or movies and it's like the parents, like, first of all, what time are those parents getting up? And then second of all, the parents are, like, literally like, "Here's your breakfast," and the kids sit down to have breakfast. Like, who has time for that? Especially when I started driving. No. But yeah, I just think breakfast is overrated. I don't think it's the most important meal of the day. Again, I try to eat it, but usually by the time I eat, it's like lunchtime.
Yeah, by the time I get out of bed, basically lunch, right? I'm just kidding.
No, that's false because you text me at like 6:30 in the morning and I know you have to wake up for the dogs.
That's true. They have to eat breakfast. That is their most important meal of the day.
Yes. And again, they only get like 2 meals. So it's basically their lunch.
Brunch.
Yeah. A brunch is different. Love me a
Brunch
brunch.
is way different. Totally
Brunch.
different story.
Yeah. And I will say some of my favorite foods are breakfast, but like again, pancakes, waffles, French toast. We used to go to Cracker Barrel a lot. And I would get the mama's pancake breakfast, and you would get pancakes, eggs, and bacon or sausage. That's the type of breakfast I
I remember the last time I was at Cracker Barrel was with you.
Oh my god. We didn't even get to eat.
Good times. Just got some water and left.
Yeah,
Like Sam.
yeah, Kelsey and I were trying to get out of some school stuff that we had to do, but we did it
An
on
hour away. An hour away.
yeah, I, like, literally had to wake up at 5 or 4:30 in the morning, the sun wasn't even up yet. Yeah, we're just such good students that we couldn't follow through with our rebelness, so
We actually got caught. And
well, okay, so Kelsey and I showed up to the spot we were supposed to be at, and it was closed. So we
we
were like
knew it was gonna be closed though, because we talked about it. We knew it wasn't gonna be open.
we did, but we didn't bring it to the attention of our teacher because we were like, "Whatever, we'll show up, it's closed, we go home." but we showed up. It was in fact closed. We were like, okay, we're gonna go get breakfast. And then said teacher called, I think both of us, or like one of us picked, one of
Yeah,
us didn't pick up, and then
I didn't answer, no.
yes, and then I think I picked up, and I had to make up an excuse like, "Oh, we're just running a little bit late," and she's like, "Your thing is closed, like, meet me somewhere else," and I was like, "Okay," and then anyway, then we were too nice, and we didn't volunteer to go home when she asked us to, and then we had to work at some stupid gaming thing for the whole day,
And got bullied by that one kid all day.
and the food was ass.
They were not good chicken fingers, that's correct.
Yeah, exactly, so anyway, that's the last time Kelsey has been to a cracker. Oh god.
Good times. Okay, so this is a pop culture hot take that you and I have thought about before.
I think I know what it is, but I think I've
And
changed my mind since the argument.
I think you have. I'll die by this. That Rachel should have ended up with Joey and not Ross. Or at least just not fucking Ross, but definitely should have been Joey.
Yeah, so I agree that Rachel should have ended up with not either of them.
Yeah, I just feel like that's not the direction they were going to take her character. Like she was going to end up with somebody.
Joey and her's relationship made me cringe, so that's why I didn't like their relationship.
It made you cringe because they did a bad job of it, not because it wouldn't have
Yeah,
worked out if they thought about it.
that could be true. I just feel like it got like really messy, and I didn't like, I don't know, because I've never given birth before, but like when the fact that Joey's like proposing to her after she gave birth and she's like, yes. And then she's like, oh, my hormones. Like I was just lone. Like, I don't know. It was just very confusing. I do agree that she should have went and not gotten back with Ross anymore. At the time when I watched, like, when I was younger and like romanticizing life, I was like, oh, she should have, whatever. But now I'm like, Ross sucks.
I was like, you gave up Paris for Ross.
Yeah.
Like, not that you should give up Paris for like anyone, but for some, I wouldn't wish Ross upon my worst enemy.
He's the worst character in Friends by far.
It's not even close. Anyone who says they like Ross is probably a milk drinker.
Yeah. And like, you're questionable human. Your mental state is questionable. And the only time Ross is good is when he has like those one liners every now and then. And that's just because the writers wrote those for him. It's not actually like his character.
Imagine Ross without the one-liners.
Exactly. And even on like the Friends reunion thing, David Schwimmer, I don't like him.
I don't fuck with David Schwimmer.
No. He was like, you would have thought he was like God's greatest gift to Friends. And I'm like, it was Jennifer Aniston, but okay, next.
They could have killed Ross off season 2 and like the show would have been fine.
Yeah, exactly. I agree that Rachel should have just left. I don't agree with her being with Joey though, because I just feel like their friendship was so good. Like, I don't know if I could see them in a romantic sense. Honestly, I think that Rachel and Joey have more of a brother-sister relationship than Monica and Ross do.
I can get behind that take, mostly because Monica and Ross like half fucked.
Yeah,
both
they
series.
you know that TikTok sound where it's like everybody knows. Everybody knows. Be quiet. That's them.
I like there's so many moments where you're like, are you not like did you not come out of the same womb? Like
Yeah.
where they
That's creepy.
their first kiss was each other. When they do the dancing thing at New Year's Eve, I think that's super weird too.
Yes. I would never dance with my brother like that. And first of all, my brother would never dance, period. But like, no.
And she like sits on his lap and stuff. I'm like, I would never.
I have literally never sat on my brother's lap.
No, because why would you?
I think maybe my brother has sat on my lap like when he was a little kid because he was younger than me. But
Not when
no.
you're 30.
Ugh, no, like right now, no. Like I hug my brother. I love him. But like Yeah, it's weird. Like their relationship is very strange, and I don't think it like I don't want to say accurately because everyone's relationships with their siblings are different, but I just think that it was portrayed like in a very strange way. But so I agree with that hot take now because Kelsey, when she first said that, we were like on a double decker bus in London
At
fighting
8
back
a.m.,
and
mind
forth.
you,
Yeah, the only time I think
screaming.
I ever fought.
Scream was in a very public place, a very public place at 8 in the morning. All right,
Uh,
what else you got?
I guess this is pop culture? Not sure, but this is my newest hot take, and I won't stop talking about it. But Tom Hanks, not a good actor.
Whoa. Are you saying this solely because the Elvis movie?
No, I'm saying it because of multiple things. He really only has, and he has said it himself recently, he only has like 3 to 5 really good movies. The rest are garbage. I think he just does it because like he needs to get paid. But he recently was also in the Pinocchio live action, and apparently he's garbage in that too. And this is a hot take in itself, but that Elvis movie is not good. And people think it's so amazing, and I don't see it. I really don't see it.
It was really sad. Like, I guess I would tell people to watch it if you have an interest in Elvis because, like, I do, and I never knew that shit about his life or how he got fleeced by Tom Hanks' character his whole career.
Yeah.
But, like, that's about it. If you didn't really have an interest in Elvis, I wouldn't tell somebody to watch it.
No, Tom Hanks, oh my God, he's so, and I understand his character is supposed to be like a jerk in that movie, but I think he is not good in
Yeah.
that movie either. And I think that like the whole time I was like, that's Tom Hanks. Like I felt like it was Tom Hanks just playing himself. And that's not what good acting is. So didn't like that movie at all. I would say his best movies, my parents said one the other day when I told them this hot take, but I forgot what it was. But Toy Story, obviously, and his face isn't even on the screen. What's it called?
So Toy Story 1, 2, and 3 are his best movies. He's not a guy that I, like, seek out to watch
No, but
at
I feel
all.
like people regard because so what brought this on is Derek and I were talking about like what are the actors of our generation, and one of us was said Tom Hanks, and I was just like, you know what? Actually, no. Like I feel like that's something like we were told like Tom Hanks is a great actor of our generation, and now I'm just like he kind of isn't. Slash, he probably should have just stopped act. Oh, Forrest Gump. How can I forget that one? I love that movie. But yeah, and I know my parents said Saving Private Ryan. I don't I've never seen that movie because I don't like really depressing movies like that one. So yeah, that's
Right.
like what, 5 or 6. But the rest, no.
When you talk about, like, generational actors, like, I don't know, like, I think people think of movies and stuff, but when I think of actors, I think of TV.
Interesting. I feel like that's odd.
Yeah, I just came to this conclusion. You know, Brad Pitt, Tom Hanks, George Clooney. The only movies I watch are Marvel movies.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
I
I
feel
don't watch this stuff.
yeah. I feel like I don't watch enough TV shows to think of a TV show though.
I think it's harder for an actor or actress to carry a multi-season TV show than it is to carry a movie.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So, like, I don't know. I just don't.
The one we said was like Christian Bale, which I feel like, yes.
Generational movie actors: Tom Holland, Robert Downey Jr., Chris
Yeah.
Evans, Mark Ruffalo,
Ew, Mark
the entire Marvel cast. I'm just naming Marvel characters.
But outside of Marvel, I mean, I feel like we were saying like Tom Holland will get to that point, but he's
Yeah,
not
it's like
there just yet. I mean, he's young.
Andrew Garfield,
I love Andrew Garfield.
Tobey Maguire.
No, not Maguire. Which apparently I have a hot take for you because I do have a Marvel one, but I have another one just now. That Andrew Garfield was a better Spider-Man than Tobey Maguire, and nobody can tell me otherwise. I don't want to hear it.
Do you think the movies were better than the first ones? Not
Yeah.
based on how you feel about Tobey. No, You think the actual quality of those movies outside the main actor were
First,
better
first one. I really didn't like those first Spider-Man movies. I didn't like them at all.
because of Tobey Maguire? Because you didn't like them?
I think part because of Tobey Maguire, part I just really didn't like them. Maybe I was too young, but I don't know. I
Really
love
young.
yeah, maybe. But like we've tried to watch them again and I'm just like, this is stupid.
I think we're spoiled with what we feel Marvel movies should be at this point. So when you
Yeah.
watch a Sony movie from 2000, you're like, fuck that.
Yeah, this is true. Like our perception has changed so much.
Yeah, we demand more. We demand higher quality. I want to know why Marvel movies don't win every Oscar. I'm like, you're telling me the movies that gross the most money in the box office aren't the best movies? Like, I don't understand that.
Well, I think like all of those award shows are dumb.
They are dumb. That's why I don't watch them.
Yeah, no. Like the only award shows I ever watched was I used to watch the Kids Choice Awards and then I used to watch the MTV movie and then the MTV Music Awards when they were like super popular. And I will say some of the movies I've watched from like those award shows are good, but most of them are boring. And I'm just not a film person though, so this goes back to movies, and I've said this a million times, but, like, I know people live and breathe by Rotten Tomatoes, but I think it's stupid.
I I check reviews on pretty much any place I go. I don't check Rotten Tomatoes for movies because, like I said, I only watch Marvel movies, probably have good scores. So I don't really care much about the Rotten Tomatoes. Why do you have such a negative feel of it?
Because I think that with anything in, like, movies, TV show, like, whatever, it's a form of art, so it's up to everyone's own interpretation. So,
Oh,
like
you have a deep
yes! Because it's going to be, like, how you feel about the movie, and I don't care about how other people I think, like, reviewing, like, a restaurant is different because it's actually something you're ingesting into your body, and I
That's
know,
facts.
like, like, I'm not trying to get food poisoning, but, like, a movie, like, nothing like, okay, you wasted 2 hours of your life. I guess that sucks, but if you were gonna be sitting on the couch watching TV on a Sunday anyway, like, what is the big deal? So, I was never a Rotten Tomatoes person. Derek lives and breathes by Rotten Tomatoes. I never understood it. He says it's because, like, he doesn't wanna waste his time, which, okay. But again, like, some of my favorite movies have really shitty scores. But, like, I love them, and I don't feel like I'm wasting my time when I'm watching them. And some of the movies that have really great scores, I don't think are good movies.
You're right. It is art.
It is art.
This is a movie hot take.
Okay.
The best Pixar movie is Cars.
Okay, I also have a Pixar movie hot take, and it's not fucking Cars, because that's the worst Pixar movie of all time.
No shot.
And I've never even been able to sit
Worst.
through the whole thing.
It's about a kid that really learns about himself and learns how to be a
Are there
good
even
car.
humans in the show or the movie?
No.
I'm
It's about a car who gets humbled.
no,
Who's at the
like
top of the
between.
scale.
I know. No. What were you gonna say is the worst Marvel movie?
Pixar movie?
Or Pixar, yeah, sorry, not Marvel. We all know it's Thor too.
That's facts. I don't like Brave. I also, this is another hot take. I don't like Finding Nemo.
Okay. I
And I hate Bug's Life.
No! No! I literally put on my hot take, Bug's Life is underrated. That is so good. I don't know how you don't like that one. I agree. Brave. I'm not the biggest fan of Brave. Finding Nemo, annoying AF. And I told Derek this. It's because that movie was jammed down our throats. Like the first, literally, the first year that movie came out, I think I watched it 50 times. I'm not even being dramatic. I think we were in like the 3rd or 4th grade or something. I have no idea. And I was sick of that movie. And then we watched it like a million times every year after. So I agree with those two. But Bug Life is such an underrated Pixar movie, and it is always forgotten and never included on lists or stupid shit like that, and it makes me mad, and I think it's because it was sandwiched between Toy Story and Toy Story 2.
I watched it, I was scared, and I cried, and I never watched it again, and then
Okay,
we went to
then
Disney World when I was 10. You know the Bugs Life ride at Disney World?
oh, yeah, I was
Well,
traumatized
you
by
in the
that ride.
back? Those are my only 2 experiences with Bugs Life.
Okay, I think you need to watch it as an if you watch Bugs Life, I will watch Cars,
If I
because
cry, though, I'm gonna be mad.
you're not gonna cry because you're an adult now, like, and you understand that it's just animated
I'd
bugs.
be surprised.
But I will say when I remember, like, one of my core memories from going to Animal Kingdom, which I hate Animal Kingdom as a whole, but anyway,
Well, it's the worst park, so
by far the worst Disney park, and if your favorite is Animal Kingdom, no, it smells like
milk, drink.
yeah, no. So we went to Disney World and we went specifically because the Bugs Life ride was opening because my whole family loves Bugs Life. We have it on VCR. The VCR, we played it so much, we don't even have the cover on the VCR box anymore because it just says A Bug's Life. My mom wrote it in Sharpie. Like that was one of our favorite, that and Toy Story. Anyway, and I remember what's his name came out, Hopper, and he's like, and then they're like slapping and like you said, it pokes you. My brother and me and my sister were like stood up screaming, hysterically crying. So I understand that ride sucks. Like even we've gone back as an adult and I still don't like that ride.
I don't go in that one.
Yeah, I
The
don't.
Lilo one scared the shit out of me, too.
The which one?
The Lilo and Stitch one scared the shit out of me, too.
That ride sucks.
I don't like the ones where you sit and it's like a show and they fuck with you.
Yeah, I remember when I was like teenager maybe or younger. I went on the Lilo and Stitch ride when it first was brand new. And Stitch burped in your face like a chili cheese dog.
It
And I swear, okay, I swear I smelled that smell for 2 weeks afterwards. So I never went on that ride ever again.
I think Kate and I cried like every day over some ride, and then we went on a Disney World. That's traumatic when you're a child.
Yeah, I'm sure your parents really loved taking you guys.
We didn't back, so
Yeah, they were like, "We're never doing this again."
yeah, nah, we didn't go back after that. So
Yeah, Bugs Life, underrated. Cars, garbage, but we'll watch it a full way through and give my thoughts.
maybe I'll put a review on Rotten Tomatoes about Bugs Life.
It's amazing. Should we just run through the remaining of our hot takes?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Scary/horror movies, worst genre of movies.
Modern day, yes, I agree.
Yeah, I think obviously the oldies, and I feel like we talked about this, like Halloween, cool. But nowadays,
One of the greatest movies of all time.
yeah, nowadays I feel like it's just too realistic, and like I never really understood the point of scary/horror movies because like I feel like I'm being tortured the whole time, if that makes sense. And like I don't find joy in it, so I'd rather watch something else.
People who watch them in the actual theaters, that's psychotic.
So whenever we were in high school, Derek convinced me to go see Paranormal Activity, which like now looking back is
I cried.
the worst of the scary movies. And I literally left the theater with like 20 minutes left because it was getting too much for me.
Yeah, I cried watching that movie for the first time.
Yeah, no. And I think it was like it was the
Like,
one,
no lie.
it was the one with witches or something. But I don't blame you. I almost wasn't
I
here.
did.
And literally, it was a waste of a movie ticket because I was just like, I don't even know. I don't even think I watched maybe 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, I think I've watched the first 2 and that's it. Cut myself off after that.
Yeah, no, I can't do it. I just can't. But again, to each their own. Even though I married someone who is literally obsessed with them and his favorite holiday is Halloween, but I've definitely gotten better. I like the jump scare and the thriller ones, but like I think too, like I was traumatized as a kid because we were around the time where like Saw was really big and Final Destination and Paranormal. Like there was like a horror movie boom, and I couldn't even watch the previews, let alone the movies.
No, I hate when horror movie previews come on in the theater.
Again, I feel like that should be illegal. Not maybe not at theaters, but like on your TV screen, like at least give me a warning so I can change the channel.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be scared watching a commercial.
Yeah, or traumatized, like, especially if you're a little kid too, and, like, all of a
Oh,
sudden,
yeah.
it's like, what's it called? Pennywise pops up on your screen, like, I'm out. Like,
Oh, yeah, facts. Forgot about the kids.
yeah, the kids, because that's how I felt as a kid. I felt like when they would pop on, I was like, "Why is this?" No, just no. Another movie one, I guess I have a lot of movie ones. The rom-com, dead.
Rom-coms are dead, I agree.
Yeah, and it's very unfortunate because those are some of my favorite movies.
I don't remember the last time I watched a new rom-com, and I don't count Hallmark movies. I do love Hallmark movies for Christmas. That's
Yeah.
different. Very much not dead. But, like, shit like The Proposal, it's not around anymore.
Nope. The Proposal, She's the Man, Cinderella's Story, 27 Dresses, Bridesmaids, Mean Girls.
Peak TV, peak movies, and
Those,
it's dead.
yeah, those will never. I don't think it's possible to have a revival. I just feel like all of the rom-com, like I've seen some on Netflix, like what's it called? To All the Boys I Loved Before. That one's cute, but it's not like She's the Man level.
Netflix needs to focus more on the true crime and less on the rom-com originals things. And they need to focus on they just need to focus on TV series and not movies. They're not good at making like rom-com movies.
I agree. I think they need to focus on like their original content
Yeah, that's not movies.
because they like we haven't watched we looked on Netflix the other day and there's a lot of good stuff coming up. But other
Yeah.
than that, like we don't really watch Netflix that much anymore, like when it first was a thing. What else? Oh, the entire state of Pennsylvania has the worst sports fans.
I don't think it's a hot take. I think that's just a proven fact.
I agree because I think if you're so rude to your own team, your fandom sucks.
Yeah, Philly fans.
Philly, Flyers, Eagles. I guess it's more so like Philadelphia. I feel like Pittsburgh. I don't know, but
I hate seeing Philadelphia have success.
me too. And they're playing against the cheaters, so it's like, who do you even root for?
Yeah, I feel like I have to root for them.
Yeah, but I don't know if I switch like every single day.
I'm also not watching, so it really doesn't matter.
No, me either. I just know I'm gonna get the notification eventually that's like, this team won the World Series. I'm like, okay, on to next season. Okay, my last hot take, which is an Avengers Marvel one, is that Infinity War is better than Endgame. I think I just like the end, like the drama of the ending more.
I think that Infinity Wars is a better work of art.
Yeah. Like Endgame, obviously we got everything we wanted, which I would have been pissed if we didn't. I just think Infinity War is a better movie.
I just think of them as almost a package deal.
Yeah, that's true. Like
little
a
bit.
long movie.
Right. But Infinity War is like the peak of the story that we've been watching for whatever, what was it, 10 plus years at that point. Endgame's the bridge into like the next phase of what it is. So Infinity War is probably the better story if you break them up, but Endgame's like the end of this great story over the like 12 years. So they're definitely different.
Yeah.
They serve different purposes. But I can get behind what you're saying. I won't fight you.
Dang, that's all my hot take.
Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Next week, we'll be doing a sports recap episode talking about the current state of the sports world.
Check out our updated link tree, which you can find in the description of this episode. This is our one-stop shop for you to find all of our social media accounts at Fans of the Home Team, and also sign up to share your fandom story with us because we still want to continue showcasing those, but we're going to do it in just a different fashion. So definitely continue to share those with us.
And so you don't miss any of our upcoming podcasts, subscribe to us on whatever platform you're listening on. We're on Spotify, Apple, Google, iHeartRadio, Amazon, and more.
Thank you again, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.